So this is the top sneaker news for this week, and starting on the 14th of April, and another packed week of releases, and so let's get started. And the first one up is the Clot Adidas Gazelle Crepe Sole Pack, and this, I kind of like the upper on both of these, and it's made up of like a velvet satin material, maybe slightly puffy looking, but I'm just not a fan of the crepe outsoles. I just find them a bit too sort of heavy, and they get look dirty really quickly as well. But if you like those kind of shoe-like trainers, then this is something to have a look at. And also, what's supposed to be releasing is the Nike SB Jordan 4 Navy on the 15th of April. I'm not sure if this is the US date or the UK date as well, but currently in the EU and UK, this hasn't been loaded up on the Sneakers app. So I'm assuming it's a US drop first and then the EU UK drop afterwards. But there's supposed to be quite a lot of stock for these, 160,000 worldwide. So yeah, so I think there's a good chance of getting these. A couple of raffles I've entered already, I sort of missed out on these, so I do expect it to still be difficult to get. But it's not a must-have for me, I suppose, because I have the military blue Jordan 4s. But you know, if I can get these for retail, then obviously I'm not going to complain. And another one, which has kind of been mentioned probably for the last sort of 6-7 weeks, is the Armand Meunier Air Jordan 3 for the Love, and this is in that sort of diffused blue colour. Yeah, just overall nice pair. You know, I'd definitely be up for these if there wasn't so many other sneakers releasing, but this is going to basically not be one of those ones where I'm going to grab, but I do like the look of them. They are nice, but just have plenty of Jordan 3s in all honesty, so I'm kind of happy with what I've got at the moment and don't necessarily need another pair. And also the Adidas Gazelle Indoor, and this is made in Italy, and these ones, the black ones, came out I think about a month ago, and this is a brown version. Very expensive retail. I think it's upwards of like $350 or something ridiculous, but I like the concept but not the price. I'm sure the materials are really nice on these. And also, there's not really many pictures of this one. Is the Atmos 25th anniversary, and this is with a triple collab with Bape and also Adidas, and this is on the Superstar. And yeah, it looks nice in my opinion for a Superstar anyway. I do like that sort of graphical print on it, which is you know, kind of I think custom Bape print. But overall, you know, a clean looking shoe. Just probably, I think maybe it might be an Atmos in-store exclusive as well. And also dropping on the 16th is the New Balance 1906 loafer, and this one's in the cream silver metallic. I'm a fan of these loafers, and they do feel slightly more shoe-like. It's been slightly retuned. The cushioning on this is more firmer than a standard 1906R, so just be aware of that. This one looks really nice actually. It's got that kind of weird combination of more so looking like a sneaker, but I feel like this particular one works still. So I may try to see if I can grab these, but it's not a must-have because I do have like the black pair anyway. And also dropping on the 16th of April apparently is the Liverpool FC Nike MX 95 City Pack, but I still saw a bunch of raffles go up earlier on last week and the week before, so I'm assuming that was it. But maybe again it's one of those ones which is going to release on the Sneakers app, and there's supposed to be quite a lot of Air Max 95s dropping this week, which is a bit of a weird one because I'd expect them to have been dropped during the Air Max Day week. And also for in time for Easter, I've got the Nike Air Force 1 Low, and this has got a sort of a mixture of which looks like leather and sort of textile canvas type upper materials, and I'm sure, you know, they'd be good for the summertime. And the colorways are a bit loud, I suppose, and, you know, multicolored. But you know, if you like those kind of Easter type colors, then you're probably after these. And also we've got a double pack called the Offbeat pack, and one's like a licorice color and the other one's more of a sort of tan color, and both very nice. The 9912 V2 is very comfortable on foot, but I think there's better colorways out there in all honesty, such as the Winter Flare Pelican and also the Nimbus Cloud, among the sort of, you know, the Turbulence colorway, and then also there's like the pink colorway, which I've forgotten as part of that pack. But you know, all of those colorways are probably nicer than these, but you know, if you're after a pair of this particular colorway, then you know, definitely worth grabbing, because I do think the 991 V2s are nice on foot. And also, which I think has been delayed quite some time, is the Nike Air Max Plus Year of the Snake. I've just saw these loaded up on one of the sneaker websites, so I've put it in there as I mentioned, and I haven't seen these released at all, so I guess they'll push back. But I do like the upper being a sort of grey colour, and then it's got that sort of slightly sort of snakeskin print as the sort of textile overlay, which I think is cool. But yeah, overall nice looking pair. And also we've got a plethora of Nike Air Max DN8. I just feel like these haven't been as popular even as the Nike Air Max DNs, from what I can see. I might be wrong on that, so I'm kind of surprised that they're releasing more colorways of these. But the blue pair and obviously the white pair do look really nice, and same with the black pair. The other ones, I'm not that fussed about, but overall it's a nice shoe. I wouldn't say it's any better than the Air Max DN, and it's just what you prefer. I did put a comparison video up, and also I've got reviews of both the Air Max DN and the DN8 as well. But yeah, I prefer the Air Max DN versus the DN8. But everyone's got like a different taste and a different, in terms of what they're looking for in terms of style. And also we've got the End Adidas BW Army White, and this is obviously a collab with End, and the BW Army is a classic shoe, and it's using the Samba outsole. Was worn by the German army, or was made for the German army in the 70s, and then it kind of got a cult following after that. And yeah, this pair looks nice, looks different to all the other sort of BW armies that you saw, but at the end of the day it's a basic shoe. But I do like the fact that you can kind of dress these up smart and wear them smart, and I'm sure they'll be popular and probably quite expensive as well for what they are. And also we've got the Nike Pegasus Premium Persian Violet, and I did review these as well. It's a nice pair, in my opinion, more for sort of casual wear rather than running sportswear. It's just my opinion, because they do have that sort of wow factor as well for for lifestyle wear. I just don't feel like they hold up as running shoes. Not to say that you can't run in them, but I feel like there's better running shoes out there. But again, it just depends on your perspective and how you feel and what you like on foot. Again, I've got a review up for these as well, in the original colorway, which with the orange air unit, but this purple one looks really nice in my opinion as well. And also we've got a pink version of the Pegasus Premium, and this is in time for Easter again, and also for the women out there. And yeah, I'm not mad at it. Obviously it wouldn't be something that I'd go for, but it's still very clean. And also we have the New Balance 9060 flat taupe pack, and this got kind of two sort of neutral colorways. I'm more sort of veering towards the lighter shade one, but again more sort of Easter type colorways, got that pastely sort of vibe to them. And the 9060 is pretty comfortable on foot, quite a chunky silhouette if you like that kind of thing. I kind of sort of try to steer away from sort of big chunky sneakers, and I do have a pair of the sea salt version, and yeah, they are nice on foot. They kind of bottom out a little bit quickly. But I'm looking to sort of move my pair on, because I just got other pairs of New Balance that I wear more. And also I've got the Birkenstock Arizona Cos NY, I think it's called, or Cosney, and this is using sort of quilted material, which is a bit of a departure from Birkenstock, so that's why I thought I'd mention them. And probably would have been better coming out for the winter time because of that sort of quilted padding, but I'm sure they'll still be popular for sort of spring summertime, but nothing to sort of shout about. And I'm not sure if it's using still the sort of same standard cork midsole, and it's got like maybe some sort of cloth overlay or textile overlay. I'm not sure about that, but it's still an okay looking pair if you're after a sort of sandal. And also with Jound, they've got the collaborative vans, and it's called the half cab. I have seen these half cabs before, just not a fan of the way they look in all honesty, and it's got the typical Jound sort of minimalist aesthetic. And in terms of the materials, it does look really nice, and just sort of simplistic, but that's what kind of Jound are known for. And also another Atmos collab is the New Balance 1000 Band Hue, and this one is coming out I think on the 18th of April, and again, nice colorway. The New Balance 1000 is comfortable on foot, and looks very similar to sort of an Air Max 95 or a 97, and yeah, I think they're cool actually, this particular pair. It kind of reminds me of the bandana print that we saw on the Travis Scott Phantoms, when they came with the bandanas in the pack wrapped around the sneakers. Yeah, so it kind of reminds me of that. I've got that kind of paisley print, but yeah, overall a cool looking pair. Not the best, I still prefer the Joe Freshgoods versions. And also we have the Nike Air Max 95 pink foam, and this is coming out on the 18th of April, and I think it's a nice pair in all honesty. I think it's using the OG neon colour blocking, and just a really clean pair, and I expect these to sell out as well. And then we also got two other pairs of Nike Air Max 95, so one's called dubbed the Batman, which is obviously black and yellow, and anything black and yellow is dubbed Batman. And then we also have one which is called the Cool Grey and Psychic Blue. So I feel like these are sort of consolation prizes if you missed out on the pink foams or the neons, and again, two nice colorways, and I do expect them to sort of sell out eventually. And also we have the Nike Book One Moss Point, and another nice sneaker from David and Booker, and he usually puts out good I suppose colorways for his signature sneaker, and this one's no different. I actually think it looks really nice. Not something that I'd go for myself, but I do think like the effort is there, and a lot of the colorways that you'll see for the Book One, they've all got really nice colorways on them, and the silhouette's good looking as well in my opinion. And something which I will be going for, but I expect to sort of miss out because this has been released in limited numbers, is the Air Max 95 Big Bubble Neon, and it's on the 18th of April, and not much to say really. It's a classic. It's the 30th anniversary, sorry, and overall just a really clean sneaker. And also on the 18th of April, a part of the double pack, is the Action Bronson New Balance 990 V6 Amazonia, and the untitled one released a couple of weeks ago on the Action Bronson website, and this one is coming up next, and another clean colorway, not as nice as the three other pairs in my opinion, but I think a lot of people might be sort of veering towards this particular colorway because of the loudness of it, but I feel like the three that released before are much nicer than these ones. This is kind of like fourth place for me. And also we've got the KD for Easter, and this one is one of those sort of Marmite sneakers in my opinion. I'm not a fan of them, but I think the KD4 looks pretty cool as a basketball sneaker, but this colorway isn't doing it for me. And also a DTLR exclusive is the Adidas Superstar Celebrating Chicago, and it's part of the City series, and I think Adidas will be releasing more of these City series packs, and it's got some cool touches on it. I'm not a bigger Superstar fan, but I like the effort that they've gone to. And also we have the Jordan 1 Low OG Rookie of the Year. This one's got pushed back a couple of times over the last sort of 6 months, and a clean colorway. The materials look really nice. We're using a mixture of sort of suede and leather materials, and overall just a clean sneaker. I'll be trying to go for these as well. I expect to be maybe slightly difficult to get, in my opinion, because I think a lot of the sneakers at the moment, especially from Jordan brand, are quite difficult to grab. And also we had the original release last week of this Handball Special Invincible, and it was like a standard white colour, but this one is being dubbed the distressed look, and you can kind of see from the pictures it's got quite like that worn out look, almost giving that sort of Balenciaga vibe. But yeah, both colours are nice and they're clean. The Handball Special is a good model because it's good for wide footers, but also looks nice on foot. So I'm sure this one will still be premium, and I think it's got like a leather inline ankle area, but also the insole is made of leather as well. And then also we've got the Nike SB Dunk Low Tourmaline, which is basically inspired by black cowboys in America, and during sort of the early, I think, 18th century. And overall a clean pair, and it's got some nice sort of details. You get like a cool bandana with it as well. I'm undecided whether I'd go for these, just the fact that I probably wouldn't wear them, but they do look nice, and I think they're quite sort of unique as well, so we'll see near the time, but it's a cool pair, just something loud and different at the same time. And lastly we have the Air Jordan 3 Retro Rare Air. This one's a cool pair, but it's got kind of the Nike Air on the back on the heel tab, and overall it's a fine pair, but again not something that I'd be going for.